it for kids. I know kids listen to the show, so kids, make sure you check with your parents before A, you purchased it because it was expensive, and B, you read it. I'm not totally sure I'm going to let my oldest son read it now that I'm reading through it. This is the second time I've read through it. It's called The Black Book of Communism. Have you ever read it? Chris, have you ever read it? Michael, have you ever read it? It's dark. And it is fascinating. Remember, communism is only a little over 100 years old. The number of people they have murdered and the atrocities they have committed, always in the name of liberation. We're being oppressed by whoever. They're oppressing us. We have to liberate. And it gives them in their mind permission to do the most unspeakable things. And it is just wild how much this demonic religion, how much death and misery follows it everywhere. It trails behind it like a shadow, never letting it go. And it's here. This is why we talk about all the things we talk about. Speaking of darkness, before I get back to these emails, I want to get back to this kids getting drafted and other shows and things like that. Let's not forget about the human trafficking problem in this country. It's not just people coming across the border being trafficked. That's sad too. American children, coast to coast, are being trafficked. How? Online. These various social media sites, Discord and Facebook, and wherever the kids are, where they play their kid game, that's where these predators go. And they blackmail them, and they recruit them, and this is happening to kids everywhere. And the Acervo Project is the tip of the spear saving these children who have gotten themselves in a really bad situation. If you are one of those kids, reach out for help. If you want education for your school, your church, your Little League, whatever, reach out to the Acervo Project. They might even be able to come speak to you and educate you. And support them. $14 a month is what they ask for, because the average age of a trafficked child is 14. Your support goes to the AcervoProject.org. ASSERVO, the AcervoProject.org. This is a blessed organization. Jesse, you are different than all the other talk shows, calling the left what they are, communist scum. You don't tread lightly, play nice, or care about that. Will your approach spread? We're done with games. You may not care, but I am hoping, okay, my approach spread. Okay, well, let's be clear about this. While I love to brag about myself, this is not my approach. This is our approach. We are anti-communists. I'm not leading anything. I'm not in charge of anything. This is why I have encouraged anti-communists to get together with each other, to meet up. We have to become a community. What if I get splattered on the highway tomorrow? What if I sell out? Should the anti-communist movement go away? No. You are the one that thinks like this and speaks like this too. I just happen to be able to do it from a large platform because they screwed up and gave me a big radio show. But I'm not different than you. Will it spread? It is spreading. You're here, aren't you? This show continues to grow and grow and grow. The numbers are insane. It's crazy how we just keep gobbling up new listeners and new listeners and new listeners and new downloads. By the way, if you miss any part of the show, you can download the whole thing on iHeart, Google, Spotify, iTunes, subscribe, whatever. But our movement is growing. And you can tell it's growing because of the old losers in the GOP who are going away. They're going away because we are demanding better. It is spreading. Evil is spreading. Yes, so is good. Put a smile on your face. What we want is growing. All right? Would you let your kids get drafted? Would I? Somebody wants to go to Disney, China, Taiwan. My goodness, we have so much to get to. Hang on. American River Flooring, they are delivering Christmas cheer with direct savings on any flooring materials. 10% off one product, 20% off two products, 30% off of three products. Visit AmericanRiverFlooring.com for more information, or you can stop by the showroom at 8510 Madison Avenue in Fair Oaks. You know, if you've been putting off replacing your old flooring, now is a great time to call American River Flooring, so your house is going to look amazing for all of your holiday festivities. This month, American River Flooring wants to light up your savings to spread Christmas cheer. This month, you can save on any of their flooring materials, 10% off one product, again, 20% off two, 30% off three products. I've told you about the amazing work you've done on my home over the last several years, where you can absolutely trust them to do the right job with your home. In fact, they're going to exceed your expectations, and they have some great financing offers to make the investment more convenient for you. Call them at 916-961-6100 or visit AmericanRiverFlooring.com, and please tell them Patrick sent you.
Start your day with Armstrong and Getty, weekday mornings from 6 till 10, and iHeart's radio station, Fox 650 KFE, Rancho Cordova, Sacramento. CBS News on the Hour, presented by Indeed.com.
I'm Tom Fogey. There has been a big court turnaround tonight in that closely watched Texas abortion case. The latest from Len Cannon of KHOU-TV. The Texas Supreme Court has blocked a Travis County court's ruling that would have allowed a Dallas mother to get an abortion. That's according to the Center for Reproductive Rights, which is representing Kate Cox. Her Houston doctor says her unborn baby is unviable and is putting Cox's life at risk by forcing her to carry it to term. In Las Vegas, after this week's mass shooting at UNLV that left 3 faculty members dead.
Our emotions are swinging like a pendulum. It appears sometimes at one moment that people are fine, and then the next moment it feels like they're being knocked down by a tidal wave of grief and pain.
University President Keith Whitfield, UNLV, is scrubbing in-person fall final exams. In the aftermath of an earlier high-profile mass shooting, a Michigan teenager has been sentenced for killing 4 classmates and wounding 7 others. Back in 2021, CBS News correspondent Jennifer Kuiper.
Relatives of students gunned down at Oxford High School and some who survived gave impact statements. Kylie Osage says she heard a balloon pop and fell to the ground.
I didn't realize what had just happened. I was just shot. I thought I was going to die.
Ethan Crumbley, who pleaded guilty to first-degree murder and terrorism charges, tells the court,
I am a really bad person. I have done terrible things that no one should ever do.
The 17-year-old has been sentenced to life in prison without parole. Jennifer Kuiper, CBS News.
Ethan Crumbley's parents await their own criminal trial. Jennifer and James Crumbley have been charged with 4 counts of involuntary manslaughter. They are pleading not guilty. A TV and film star of an earlier era has died, Ryan O'Neal, dead at 82. We'll look back at his career highlights. CBS's Frank Sedapati.
He first gained fame in the 1960s, starring in the primetime TV soap opera Peyton Place.
Dr. Rossi? Yes, I'm Rodney Herring.
But it was the 1970 tearjerker love story that made Ryan O'Neal a movie star. The film earned him an Oscar nomination, and he followed it up with some well-regarded comedies.
On his way to California for campaign fundraisers, President Biden stopped off in Las Vegas, offering some transportation improvement specifics from the big infrastructure bill that he got through Congress.
Long last, we're building the first high-speed rail project in our nation's history, and it started here.
Wall Street finished up the week with Friday gains following a stronger than expected report on the U.S. jobs market. This is CBS News.
Make the hiring process work for you. With Indeed's end-to-end hiring solution, you can attract, interview, and hire candidates all from one place. Start at Indeed.com/credit. Solar pencils out better than it ever has these days, and the folks to call Infinite Home Services. One way to get it to pencil out great, it's your last chance to get the 30% tax credit in 2023, so make sure you take advantage of that. Finance specials as low as 4.9% or no interest till 2025, and these people are straightforward and ethical. It's a math problem. Does solar make sense for you or not? They'll help you figure that out. Go to InfiniteEnergyCo.com. InfiniteEnergyCo.com.
License number 1037869.
How's your money feeling? It's about to feel happier with a certificate from Happy Money's partner, Alliant Credit Union. Elevate and increase your savings with 12-month terms and only a $1,000 minimum. And the happiest part? Alliant certificates yield 5.25% APY annual percentage yield. Now that's a happier side of money. Elevate your savings. Go to happymoney.com/Alliant. That's ALLIANT. Phone Named insured up to $250,000 by NCUA. The APY is accurate as of the 11/1/2023 dividend declaration date. Early withdrawal penalties do apply. Fee may reduce earnings on the account. Any monthly withdrawals or transfers reduce earnings.
Did you know there's a way to outsmart COVID if you get it? Now there are medicines that can treat COVID, whether or not you've been vaccinated, which is great news, especially if you're over 50. If taken in the first 5 days of having symptoms, COVID medicines can help stop the illness from getting serious. Call a healthcare provider or the statewide COVID hotline at 833-422-4255 to learn more about COVID medicines. Brought to you by the California Department of Public Health.
Subcontractors, grow your business with more leads and leverage your marketing costs to receive over 10 times the value in advertising. Subcontractors United is offering 40 home services contractors to join our advertising co-op. For under $2,100 a month, you'll share in over $83,000 a month in advertising. That's $1 million a year in advertising for under $2,100 a month. There's only 3 subcontractors per category, not 3,000, so lead potential is unlimited. Google Subcontractors United for more information.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Broadcasting from the Big Mountain Heating and Air Studios. You can email the show. Right now, we're live. Email the show, Jesse@JesseKellyShow.com. Jesse@JesseKellyShow.com. We're going to talk about Kevin McCarthy and his pack here in just a second. Then we're going to get to questions about the draft, about using the same tactics they use. Should you actually go to Disney even if someone else is paying? So many other things we have to get to on this show, and it's going to be fun. I did see this one and it made me laugh. You know the reason I say celebrities don't run for office? Every presidential cycle, there's always some celebrity like The Rock who will pop his head up and say something in an interview. Well, yeah, I'm considering about running. I'm thinking about running. Matthew McConaughey loves to do this all the time. I might run for Senate here in Texas, you know, man. But they never end up doing it. Why is that? Because being a politician would suck. You just think about the daily lives these people lead. They are flying around all the time. You're never home. Never see your family. Flying back and forth to D.C. and back. Yes, they make great money, $165,000 a year, something like that. I forget they change it, but it's great money. But it's not millions and millions and millions. You have to ask people for money all the time. You have to campaign. You get griped at for a living. People yell at you from every side. And the job itself is horrible. Yeah, we see all the televised hearings where they're yelling at each other, and you get to interrogate Christopher Wray.
This is you on July the 12th in the House. You were asked directly by Jim Jordan, do you think...
Yeah, anyway, that's not the point. But most of those meetings are painfully boring. You're sitting there listening to testimony from this guy, that guy. So why do they do it? You become a politician. Most of them, not all, most of them become politicians because they want access to the things rich people have without having to actually accomplish anything. You know, rich people. The rich people live lives, and this is not anti-rich people. If you're a rich person listening, they live lives that are completely different. And I have seen both sides of life So I'm telling you, I know how different it is. I understand what it's like. I've lived in a mobile home before. And I've been to these fancy events put on by millionaires and billionaires. I've seen the difference. I've seen the private jet life, luxury resorts. Like, they just don't live lives that are similar to people who live paycheck to paycheck. And that's why the politician does it. Headline: Kevin McCarthy uses PAC to lavish cash on high-end resorts, private jets, and fine dining. Private jets, steak dinners, high-end resorts. Only Kevin McCarthy's just a member of Congress. He's in leadership, so he gets a little more, but I think he gets 180 grand a year. You're not flying private, staying at luxury resorts all the time on 180 grand a year. But once you're a politician, you raise all that money through your PAC, for your PAC, spend it all on yourself. Kevin McCarthy, making 180 grand a year, gets to live like somebody who makes 10 million. That's a pretty good life. That's why you can't get these daggone people to retire ever. Jesse, asking for a friend, he puts in all capital letters. I had a friend recently tell me if kids ever get drafted, they're not going. If they're going to be forced to fight and die against someone, they might as well fight against the tyrannical government rather than for it. How do you see this playing out? Asking for a friend, because I would never say this. Look, I don't know, man. I don't know. The World War III thing, it's always out there. And it's really out there right now because of how weak and pathetic our presidents. How weak and pathetic these people, the weakness they project to the whole world. It's not just hey, this foreign policy is wrong and they made this mistake. It really genuinely matters. It's not just funny audio bits for talk radio.
But my focus is just stay focused.
It's not just that stuff. It matters that the President of the United States of America looks like a half-dead old man. I don't know. What's his name, Bob? Anyway, where's Jill? I need to go poop. But that is a big deal on the world stage. We're being attacked relentlessly now over there in the Middle East. The Houthi rebels and others are sending drones at us. The Biden administration just came out and announced, hey, we're not gonna do anything. We're wary of doing it, and we don't want to upset anybody. So it makes World War III more likely than it was before. Now that doesn't mean World War III is coming, but the threat is always there, right? So that leads to the draft. The most patriotic Americans have been the ones fighting and dying in America's war. It hasn't been big city libs fighting and dying in America's wars forever. It's been patriotic Americans who love the country. The American right, their children have been the ones traditionally who have filled up the military and fought and died for the country. And now they're not only leaving the military in droves. You should see my emails from guys who are currently in. They're leaving the military in droves, and they're not joining the military. So our military is filling up with a bunch of commie scum, but there aren't enough of them because they have a recruiting crisis, and the commie scum don't want to fight for the country they've been trained to hate anyway. So if World War III rolls around, there's going to be a draft. There will. The evil people who run this country, they're not going to miss out on enriching themselves and helping their poll numbers just for your son's life. They'll happily throw away as many lives as humanly possible if they take their position of power. Do I need to remind you that Joe Biden, after 13 of our warriors died in Afghanistan, was so aggravated that he had to go meet with the parents when their bodies came back that he checked his watch multiple times. How much longer do I have to be here? Just didn't even really pretend to genuinely care. They can't muster it. There's going to be a draft. How are you going to handle that? Look, it's going to be decision-making time. I tell you all the time to stay legal, do I not? Stay legal in an evil system that is looking for a reason to throw you in prison. Remember, that's what they're going to do after the Trump people on the right and throw them in prison. That's half the point of the conviction, to round up their political enemies and throw them in prison. If you're going to do something like defy the draft, skip town, head to